Coming up this week on this episode of the ESCOM podcast.
I thought about that
Yeah.
because we hype up, which it should be hyped up. We hype up being pure, being a virgin, but a lot of us aren't.
Mm.
It's just facts. The world ain't got a hold of us before the Lord got a hold of us.
Purity is just for women.
No.
Kingdom first, that's my desire. Not fleeting love or earthly fire. I'm single, but I'm never alone. With you, Lord, I found my home. My home.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the ESCOM podcast, the single and kingdom-minded podcast. I am your host, Adreika Zephir. Today, y'all, we are here with, I would say, a great speaker that is always ready to encourage people in the Lord. First Lady Filistin. All right, y'all. Before we start with our conversations, listen, if you have not followed this podcast, go ahead, follow us right now. Okay? Give us a thumbs up, comment, everything, all of the above. All right. So, First Lady, what we're going to start with is tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am the first lady and married to a pastor, the district elder, Nicholas Ellison. Um, I am a mom of 5 children.
Yes.
I am a stay-at-home mom, so I don't work. I homeschool my kids, and I love everything ministry, everything
Yes.
helping women.
Mm-hmm.
I love to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Love to cook.
Nice.
That's me in a nutshell.
Okay. One thing about it is I love that you said you love to cook because I've tasted your food and it is
God,
bomb. Okay?
God be
It's
the
bomb.
glory.
All right. So today our conversation is gonna center around why save yourself. A conversation about purity, about waiting, and also I would say about purpose. Um, so I have a quick game that we're going to play.
Okay.
So I am going to say a statement, and I want you to say either truth or myth. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So the first statement, saving yourself is only about saying no to sex.
Oh, or no. What am I supposed to say again?
Truth or myth? It's just a myth or it's a myth. Purity is just for women.
Myth.
Okay? If you mess up, God can restore your purity.
Truth.
Okay? Waiting makes marriage boring.
Myth. Myth.
Oh man. I love the last one. I love the last one because you hear people talk a whole lot dating somebody who has been waiting or even someone who is a virgin. They like, "Oh, I don't want to nah. That's not the type of life that I want. That's not the person I want to be with." Or they won't catch up. They won't know anything.
They
So
want
you
someone who's
hear
experienced.
right. So why is saving yourself is not just good advice, but it is like God's command, like a thing of God that we should be doing.
Well, I think that God is wise in everything that He does. I don't think that God commands us to do anything without a purpose or without a full thought, right? And one of the things that I thought about while when you asked me to do this was why remain pure. And one of the things that I thought about was the comparison that you
Okay.
are entering yourself into when you don't wait.
Yeah.
So while you enter into, sexual activity and things like that with someone who's not your husband, I mean, yes, you may think he's gonna be your husband, but then you don't really know that's gonna be your husband. You
Mm.
know what I mean? Hurdles. And so entering into that part of marriage before marriage is just going to add to. And the comparisons in the mind, you know what I mean? I think that that's one of the things God wants to protect us from.
Wow. I think it's good. You said that God would not let us, He wouldn't ask us to do anything unless He has a purpose for it.
Mhm.
So for somebody who may be new as a Christian and is just finding out about it, like what's a good way to even have the conversation of purpose with that person?
Purpose and purity
Yes, purpose and purity.
to keep yourself. When you have a relationship with God, you have to keep yourself from certain stuff.
Mhm.
So it's almost like he's preparing you, all right? He's
Yes.
preparing you for the relationship with him, and he's preparing you for other relationships because you're
Yes.
going to have to learn some self control. You're going to
Mm.
have to learn how to say no. You're going to have to learn those things. And if you're going to
Yeah.
have a great relationship with anyone, you have to have boundaries. You have
Yes.
to be able to say no. You have to be able to keep yourself,
Yes.
in certain aspects. And so I would say I would use that avenue for someone who's just coming in and they haven't heard about purity or they don't believe purity. I would use that avenue.
Yeah. I definitely agree. How does purity help us when it comes to being emotionally stable?
Oh, clear mind. A
I
clear
yes,
mind. Because
yes.
I don't know how pretty we can get on here, but
I,
there's a certain power that comes
mhm.
when you enter into that type of activity, and it clouds your mind, it clouds your judgment, it clouds, your thought process. You know what I mean? And so if you want to be stable emotionally, if you want to be stable mentally, that's just something you don't want to enter into. That leave that leave that to when it's time, because you getting yourself in a world of trouble. It's a rabbit hole that's gonna be hard to come out.
Oh my goodness. Yes. If nothing else, you have to be stable, even in that
Hmm.
relationship that you in. As soon as you do something, you go that route, all of a sudden there's spiritual, I would say, exchanges that happen. And so you have to deal with those type of battles. Also, the love part. You fall in love so quickly, you just so focused, you just so much on the emotion, and you can't do anything else. You stuck,
Hmm.
I would say, stuck on him or stuck on her because you
Up
know
on eat, up on eat.
stuck on. Oh man. And now that's a problem. You're stuck on it. You can't move forward. You can't do anything. Can't go anywhere. I had
It's
I
a
had this
power.
young lady who was saying that she was in this relationship, and she said the relationship got boring. And then she went and tried to be with someone else. And so cheated. And
Okay.
then now she want the man back. But he done went to somebody else. So now whatever happened between them. So now there's an issue because she's running everywhere. She's stuck. She's stuck. Well, she's stuck on him and stuck on another one too.
Mm,
And I'm like, you just picking up all of these different spirits, you picking up all of these extra things, and you just going with them.
mhm.
And I'm talking about this is a young person, I would say early 20s. So that's gonna take some time to deal with.
Oh yes.
It's gonna take some time. So how do you build, let's say somebody who's been through that, how do you build moving forward? How do you build your self-esteem? How do you even come to the point where you like, you know what, I'm gonna live this life for God?
Well, I would say the first thing or the first step is to understand and to know that you're not your past.
Okay.
And although
Yeah.
you've done stuff, we've all done stuff.
Yeah.
Pick a person in the entire world. We all have a history. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm a firm believer in just because half the cup got spilled, don't just dump the whole
Mm.
cup over. You
Mm.
move forward. You know,
Mhm.
you that cup that's half full. Start
Yeah.
that pouring back into it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's not what's left is not ruined. You just have to add back to it. The stuff that you poured out, the stuff that you gave out, the mistakes that you made, all those kind of things, those can be rectified. We ain't worried about that. But
Mm.
we don't want what's left to just sit there and just be, oh, because I'm not full, I don't have no purpose. I don't have no value. No, you have
Mm.
value. We just try to rebuild it all. That's all.
Yeah.
You just gotta rebuild it a little bit.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love to say is in the entire world,
Mhm.
there is no one exactly like you.
Mm. That's true.
Period. They
That's
can look
true.
like you, they may can talk like you, they may can sound like you, they can have, but you, me, there's no one.
No one.
And that alone just
No one.
I'm valuable just because ain't nobody else like me. I'm a rarity. You're a rarity. Like there's nothing else. They can replicate you, they can, but you're
Mhm.
the only you. And that alone means that you're valuable.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
I think values need to be taught to our young ladies at a very young age because the world is pulling them every which way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I teach high school, so um I'm constantly coming across, ladies um who are having issues with, like, self-esteem, finding their self-worth because they're living in this world where television, is giving them everything. The music they listen to tells them what they should wear, how they should look, and how many they should talk to, and how many they should blah 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 with, and you know. So once they start getting older, that self-worth, it start kicking them a
Yeah.
little bit, because then
Yep.
they don't know their value.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes some of us to kind of help, build them a little bit. And when it comes to a healthier marriage for people who are trying to get married, maybe they went through a period of time where they battle with, like, self-worth. How do they move forward into marriage with that?
Moving forward into marriage while they're still better or they kind of overcome because I don't.
They've dealt with it in the past,
Okay.
whether they've dealt with it already or they're still battling with it. So maybe we
Mm,
might need to look at the question in both ways
right.
to kind of help both audiences.
Well, I'll say that if you aren't secure in yourself, if you don't have the understanding that you're valuable
Mm-hmm.
and your self worth, I don't think you should get married. I think you need some time to yourself
Yeah.
and you need to help build yourself because what's going to happen is you're going to go into that marriage and you're going to expect him to do that. But I mean, yes, husbands, they tell you how you're
Bringing that
beautiful, they
baggage.
do all that kind of stuff. but you don't want to make it an obligation. You don't want to feel like if he don't tell you you're beautiful every single day that he doesn't love you. You know, it's just so much that you're gonna bring into that. So I personally feel that you need to be as whole as can be before you
Whole.
get into marriage. Yes.
Yes, I agree. As whole as can be. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Marriages are falling apart because half and halves, halves and halves are getting married. Two halves coming together, trying to make whole, but they not the same half.
Two of the same half. Two left feet going
And
in
that
circles.
ain't that ain't that ain't gonna help.
Hmm.
That ain't gonna help at all. So do you have like a testimony or um any experiences, and it could be others too, like when it comes to like waiting, like purity?
So I was not a virgin when I got married. You know, I was doing what unsaved people do, right?
Yeah.
But I can say that my husband and I did wait to have intercourse and sex and all that kind of stuff before until we got married. Was it a hard wait? Oh, absolutely, because that man is. I mean, it's fine.
Go
Okay,
ahead, sis.
but
Go ahead.
so it was a hard wait.
Yeah.
It was a hard wait. Was it a struggle? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I thank God that we had apostle,
Yeah.
that we had, you know, the wisdom and the counsel to help us maneuver through. You know, we shouldn't be talking on the phone at midnight. That's when your flesh is just it's all high. You know, just
Nothing but
helping,
legs.
right? Helping us to navigate our
Oh.
courting process, you know, because you know this was my first relationship. You know what I mean in the church. So all I'm used to relationships in the world. I
Mm.
didn't think about okay, let's not talk that late at night. Let's
Yeah.
not, you know, be alone by ourselves. Like all of those things. So I thank God for the
Yeah.
men of God and even the women of God that helped navigate me on
Mm.
my end
Right.
through my waiting process because that helped. It was
Yeah.
definitely needed, necessary.
Yeah. How important is it like to set boundaries, or what are, because I know you already said time wise,
Mhm.
but are there some other boundaries that people should set?
Absolutely. I know that we believe in chaperones,
Yeah.
not being by yourself, and it doesn't matter how old you think that. Oh, that's old. People don't. No, I'm a firm believer. If you want to be saved,
In the
you
1800s.
gonna do what you need to do to remain saved. And
Uh-huh.
if you feel like, oh, you ain't gotta do that, you ain't trying to be saved for real. Mm-mm. You can't be trying to be saved for real
You
because
can't be.
you are being given the answer.
Yeah.
You are being given, you know, and you don't want to take it. Oh, you ain't trying to be saved.
Man.
Yeah, you so chaperones, having those boundaries of not being, you know, alone, having a cutoff time of the time of conversations and even what you talk about, because
Yeah.
you know you start
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
what kind of
Mm.
positions you like, what kind of you know why, and then you have to be careful even when he asks you certain questions like that, because to me that you try me.
He's
You
after
know I'm
something
holy.
specific.
You know I'm in the church. You know I'm saved, sanctified with the Holy Ghost. Why you asking me that? Why you asking me to come over late night?
Mm.
What you think this is? You know what I mean? So be mindful of even what they ask. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because there needs to be a boundary and they need to respect the boundary or you keep it moving. Yep.
Yes. I agree. I met this dude. And dude was crazy. You knew from the get he was after something specific. After something specific.
Very specific.
Because all the questions had everything to do with the bed. It had to do with the bed. I'm like, stop calling me. Stop calling me at this time of night. Kept doing it, and at this point, you're not respecting my boundaries. And as soon as I said, okay, it has to be after I get married.
What he saying, deuces? What he saying, I'm out.
Yeah, gone.
Go.
Gone. When I said gone, gone. I ain't hear from this man for about a week. And then he gonna call me after a week and said, so it's just what we talked about last time. It was just hard to take it in. I'm like, who did you think? What you thought this was?
What you?
What
What did you
what?
say?
Who you thought I was? What you thought this was? So it's definitely out there. So why do you what do you think makes it hard for people to wait in this day and age, 2025?
I think that it's definitely peer pressure. You see other people doing it. Even peer pressure, which is crazy to me. Peer pressure from, it's not even peer pressure, but older generations. You better
That's true.
try it before you buy it. Like even the older generation making
Uh-huh.
you feel bad for saving yourself, for keeping
Mm.
yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's, to me, that's crazy. Because
Hmm.
did it work for you?
Come on.
And why are you trying to
Come
make me do something
on.
that ain't for you?
Why trying to put me out, trying to push me in the water? And you know
Right.
you went in and couldn't swim. Why are you trying to push me in there?
All the heartbreak you suffered, all the disappointments you went through by doing
Yeah.
it that way, but you want me to do, and you make me feel odd because I don't do it that way. So I
Whew.
think I think the surrounding influences is probably one of the biggest. And you got to
Yeah.
be strong. You have
Yeah.
to be mindset if you're going to make it. If you like, oh no, you ain't gonna make it.
Nah.
You got to have your mind set in stone, be plated.
You gotta be you gotta be straightforward.
Mhm.
Straightforward. There is a word in the dictionary called no.
Right.
You gotta pull that one out. You pull that one out. Oh my goodness. You're talking about the peer pressure from like older generation. You're talking about when you get to a certain age and you haven't gotten married yet, when you having kids. Y'all skip the marriage part. Like you skip that part. What do you mean when you having kids? Y- you're not gonna make me a grandma. You're not gonna make me a grand aunt, whatever they be saying. But yeah, that peer pressure it is big. There's no longer the peer pressure to get married anymore. It's more of skipping all of that, but go and have a child.
Mhm.
Go and have a child. And that does makes it hard. And I can even add even with social media. Social media got this thing like everybody's doing it.
Mhm.
Everybody's doing it. I've been watching, my little social media homepage, it has a lot of like church stuff.
Okay.
And so I see a lot of like different churches posts that would pop up. Because as soon as you watch one video, now the
The
algorithm is
same type.
like, that's what you
Right.
like. That's what
Yep.
you like. That's what you like. Listen, and you have to be careful like the things that you watch. Because I'm seeing a lot of churches,
Mhm.
they don't preach the stuff that we believe in. Go do what you do. I met this person and this child said, well, he wasn't a child, but this man said, once saved, always saved. So
Right.
I said, oh, okay, that's what you believe. So I can go do anything I want to do. He's like, well, once saved, always saved. You always have God that you can come back to. So you can go ahead and mess up. So at what point should we get our hearts, our mind so focused? I mean, I feel like it should be at the beginning, but like with a mindset like that, because some people are coming from different backgrounds and things like that. But with the mindset of once saved, always saved, because God is always going to be there, right? With that mindset. So how can people even try to hold on to their purity?
Mm-hmm. I think that when it comes to purity, we have to value it.
I like that.
And when I was looking in the Old Testament, they gave a good dowry for a virgin.
Come on.
And if she wasn't a virgin and she had a sheet with her what is called basically showing that she was a virgin,
Oh,
she got killed. Like, being a virgin was it was so valuable. It was such a big thing.
yeah.
Even so, if a man married a virgin and then later tried to say that she wasn't, but then the token, that's what it's called. But then her parents
the
brought
little rag,
or the sheet with her blood on it that shows that she was her parents came and said, no, this was a virgin. She was a virgin when he met her. He got in trouble just for bringing a bad name on a virgin of Israel. Just for bringing a bad name, just for saying out his mouth that she wasn't. And so when we look at nowadays, when we look at virginity nowadays, it's like, oh, yeah. But no, that is a valuable thing. That is a special thing. And just because others don't maybe view it as valuable doesn't mean that it's not. But we have to keep it in our minds and in our hearts that this is valuable.
yeah.
This is valuable.
Yeah, I love that. You got to add that value to it. That's how important it is. But in today's world, it doesn't seem as valuable. Men don't look for that anymore.
They don't want it.
You're right. You so right. They don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want it. I know this guy who literally broke it off with a young lady because she was a virgin. You're right.
Now let me not just say they.
Some of them.
Because we don't want to put them all in.
That's true.
But a lot of them don't want a virgin. They want somebody who know what to do already.
They don't want to teach.
Right. They don't want to teach. And then when, let me stop. I ain't gonna go that far. But they don't be wrong. They don't value.
Oh my goodness. Both parties have to put value on it.
Yes, both.
Keep it in your pocket. Keep it under lock and key. What the old people used to say.
Right.
You got to do it just like that. Lock it up. But then what happened when they lock it up and they taking a long time to get married? How do you deal with loneliness? How do you deal with temptation?
If you let me say this. If you want to lose weight,
yeah,
do you remove all the cheeseburgers out the world? Do you remove all the ice cream? Do you remove all the cookies? All the
we wish we could.
You can't remove them. So you have to know that if you want to lose the weight, you just gonna have to say no. You're gonna have to look at it. You're gonna have to see it. You're gonna have to. People around you are eating it. People around you are tasting it. They drinking.
Wow.
But you want to lose the weight. How bad do you want to lose the weight? Now, if you don't want to lose the weight that bad, go. But if you want to lose the weight, if you want to be saved, I don't care how long it is.
Yeah.
And I think part of what we have to do is that part of that is our mindset. Like I said, the ultimate goal is salvation. All this other stuff, loneliness, you know,
They
you
just
trying to be
feelings.
saved or not.
They come and go.
They come and go.
They don't
Get
last
some
long.
strength about yourself. Get some back yourself up. And stop being looking lonely and sad and moping. Go do something else. It's not the end of the world. And you know, they might be saying, "Oh well, I'm glad you saying that because you got you some at the house." Even before.
Now listen. I mean, of course, when we're joking around, we all sit around and we're joking around. Yeah, we'd be like, "Stop bothering people." Like, 'cause, well, you got yours.
Right. But then,
Oh
like,
my goodness.
okay, because and then what you get it, and then what? It might be a few minutes. Might be. Let's just say you get an hour. Then what? Then what? What's after that? We got to focus more on the future and stop being so consumed by the present. Yeah, the present is a consumer. It's a consumer. You gotta shake your mind out of it. And then there's so much to do. You know, the Bible talks about how, you know, the married woman care for the things of the world, but the unmarried care for the things of the Lord. And so I'm wondering if you're so lonely and you're so consumed by this, you know what I mean? What are you doing?
Come on.
Because if you care for the things of the Lord,
Come on.
it's plenty to do in the kingdom, honey. There is plenty to do. If you don't got nothing to do, call me. I got plenty for
Sign
you.
up.
I got plenty for you to do. And so to me, those who are, I don't want to come off like I am insensitive. I don't want to come off like that because I get it. I've been there. But at the end of the day, you got to shake yourself and you have to receive the solutions that are being given to you, or else you're going to just stay where you are. So getting busy in the kingdom, bettering yourself. You don't know when the man gonna come. What do you have to bring to the table? Are you bettering yourself? Are you ready? Are you just ready? You just ready to lay on your bed? What you ready for marriage? Or are you ready to lay down? There's so much that you can be doing to drown out that feeling of loneliness.
Definitely agree with finding something to do. I know you were saying you didn't want to be insensitive, but sometimes that's how we have to deal with our flesh. We have to be rough. Like, we have to be like, girl, get it together.
Stop patty caking that flesh.
Come on. Get it. Like, sacrifices are some big things, but we have to make them. You know, you were saying just you want to be saved, you're gonna do what you need to do. You're gonna do what you need to do. It's hard.
It is.
It's hard. None of us, either one of us not sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, it's just a little easy thing to do." No, it's hard, but it can be done.
It
Others
can.
have
and
done
it will be done in Jesus' name.
It has to.
Right.
It has. When you
Let
realize,
your
you know what?
DNA.
Right. Like, I have no choice. I want to be saved. And if I want to be saved, I have no choice but to follow what God has for me. And to make those sacrifices. And, you know, I remember one thing that I tried to do. If I'm struggling with something, I mean, honestly, anything, you know, that just means I'm just distracted from God. So if I'm struggling with something, the first thing I do is let me go find out where basically I've, slipped. You know, it could be that I'm not praying as much. It could be that, I don't know, I'm not fasting as much, or I'm not, with the Bible saying to focus on the things of the Lord. If you're single, It could be that I'm not going to those extra services that we're having enough, or I'm not doing anything at the church. Some people, when it comes to like doing things for God, because a lot of times people don't know what it means to focus on the things of the Lord. Not everybody has to have a mic in front of the church. There are things that you can do in the back. There are also things that you can do even when we're not in church. Depends on what your job is at the church.
Right.
If you're anybody's secretary, you're working throughout the week.
Throughout the week.
Oh my goodness. The other day I looked at my schedule. I was like, oh my gosh, everything has to do with choir stuff, with like church stuff. Like, oh, I need a break. Like, but yeah, it's like finding what works for you. My friend, so she found taking pictures as a good thing for her. So guess what she's doing throughout the week? After taking all those pictures on Sunday, guess what she's doing throughout the week?
Editing.
So sis is busy.
Right.
She's editing pictures, she's editing videos. That's where she's stuck. That's where she is. And she found it. She found something to do. It is definitely important. So what would you say to someone who feels that it might be too late for them when it comes to like purity? They done messed up.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
Because, we hype up, which it should be hyped up. We hype up being pure, being a virgin, but a lot of us aren't. It's just facts. The world ain't got a hold of us before the Lord got a hold of us, right? And so we come into the church and we're not in that condition, but that doesn't mean that we're not valuable still.
Yes.
The one scripture that came to my mind was how Paul said that he wanted to, he was like, he wanted to present the body of Christ, a chaste virgin, right? A chaste virgin to Christ. He wasn't talking about, a physical virgin, but he was talking about, spiritual. And so even though you don't have that purity in your body, and you don't have the virginity in your body, because you can't become pure. You can't become pure all over again, just not in the virginity state, but abstinence and keeping yourself and withholding yourself from, entertaining and engaging in certain things. Yes, you can become pure all over again.
Definitely can.
And in the eyes of the Lord, just as valuable. You know what I mean? So even though you don't have that same testimony as I've never done those things. That doesn't mean that you can't be pure. That doesn't mean that you are not valuable. You can be both.
Yeah. Yeah. What about somebody who is, let's say but then they are around a lot of people who aren't?
They are virgins, but they're around a lot of people who aren't.
A lot of people who are not. And it can still be in the church, even though we keep saying in the church, like, oh, it's good to wait, hold it, and the waiting. But then you have all the people who have done it, and then you have a number of others who haven't. And so they feel some type of way because the focus is more on the people who came from the world and we're trying to help them out.
I think that it's an obligation for a ministry to both. I know we have, what is it called? The chastity program, which is all around, you know what I mean? But I think that it's a ministry for both. And if a virgin feels that they aren't getting as much attention because, most of the attention is on, say something, open up your mouth. You know what I mean? Closed mouths don't get fed. So if you're in that state where you feel like you're not, well, I'm the good girl.
I
They
think
ain't worried about me.
also too, it's
Mhm.
what's a part of the issue is the idea that my struggle is not the same as yours. So that's what actually like fuel part of the, I don't know if it's resentment or feeling left out. I don't know. But it's the whole idea of your struggle is not the same. Your
Right.
struggle is not the same as mine. I don't had this before, so I know what the struggles are, and this person haven't. Like it's that type of, yeah.
Because I'm thinking back to when I was one, and the struggle was real, even though I had awareness. So I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to,
The struggle
regardless.
is real for everybody.
Right. So regardless if you had it and you know what it is, and you didn't have it and you just want, it's just the struggle.
Like the
So
body's gonna body. It's a natural thing.
the body is gonna body. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you've done something or you haven't. The body is gonna react like it's going to react,
And
you know?
I would hope that I would never hear someone downplay somebody else's struggle. Like, please don't let me hear you say anything like that, because then I'd be
I've
like, what
heard
you mean?
I've heard with my ears.
I'm just saying, like,
Which is why I brought
everybody
the
has their
question up.
own struggle.
I brought the
Right.
question up because I heard
Yeah,
with my ears.
I don't want to hear nobody say nothing like that around me, because I'm gonna have to say something like, "How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
What makes you?" No, everybody's struggle is different. Everybody on their own walk. Everybody on their own journey. You do not downplay somebody else's struggle just because it's not the same as yours.
Just
Like, no,
because it's
we're
not the
not.
same.
We're not doing that in this body. No, we
We're
ain't
not
doing
doing that
that.
in 2025.
Right, right. Over here comparing struggles on mine worse than yours.
I had another game for us to
Okay,
play.
okay,
But like the last question. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna play this quick would you rather game. Okay.
okay.
So all right. I know you are already married. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
for some of these questions, you might have to put on a single hat.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
To kind of
okay.
respond to that one. Okay. So, would you rather go on a group date with friends or a one-on-one dinner date?
Group date. No. Oh, single would be group, married would be one on one. I don't know.
I don't know. It says dinner. It says dinner. It could be at a restaurant.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna say one on one. One on one.
One-on-one. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I would say one-on-one too because group dates are hard. I think I need like some extra stuff. I don't know. Like group dates, I just feel like it depends on the level of the relationship or maybe the years or the time frame of the
Okay.
relationship. Early on,
Okay.
group dates are fine. No, not early on. Early on, well, man.
You see what I'm saying? I like
Because,
both.
yeah, because early on, you just met the person and you don't want all the extra, you don't want to feel weird. So then you might want to do the group date and then we can,
Mm-hmm.
no pressure. But then later on, too, I love a good, double date and triple date. Like we all
Right.
go out.
See?
Like I like that. But I think when
Right.
you really trying to get to know the person, a one-on-one dinner date, maybe a chaperone around somewhere. But
Right.
yeah, yeah. So, all right, next one.
All right.
Would you rather have boundaries that people think are too strict or no boundaries and risk heartbreak?
Boundaries that people think are too strict.
Yeah. Me too.
Because I don't care what people think. Not like that. I care what they think, but not when it comes.
Listen, if my salvation is involved, I don't care what you got to say. I'm sorry. If my
The
salvation
Bible
is
says, save
involved,
yourself.
because I ain't going to hell for nobody.
Save yourself.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I agree with the boundaries. Too strict. Would you rather wait years for the right godly spouse or rush into marriage with the wrong one? Maybe you don't know that's the wrong one.
Oh, you don't know.
Mhm.
No, I'm definitely waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to wait.
What happened when you think the wrong one was the right one? Because he had all of the qualities, everything, every box checked. So it's letting you look. You're like, no, I don't care which box.
Because I feel like if you went through the right channels, I don't know. Everybody going through the right channels. Like,
What are the right
boxes, but
channels?
the channels, okay. Did he go through your pastor?
Okay.
Did your pastor say you? Did your pastor mark off on him?
Okay.
Did your even if you have a natural father, did he check off? What about your mom? Like all these different people who are in your life who know you. They know you.
Yeah.
They know what you like. They know what you don't like. And even though you're blind, they're like, what you
And
doing?
live.
So, and even the flags, the green flag, like all of those different, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. They be going through all the right channels. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I feel like you can always, there's going to be something that you can tell that it's the wrong person. Yeah. I heard somebody say they knew they married the person anyway, but something about they knew because they had a feeling. I'm like, wait, what? So you knew, you had a feeling, and you still got married.
And then let me say this, because I mean, throughout my marriage, I felt like Elder was the wrong one. I'm like, this is the wrong. So let me just say that. So it is also, once you get married, your ability to work through difficulties and stick it out, and
Yeah.
regardless of what comes your way, keeping the vows and doing the hard work that comes along with marriage. So even those are channels.
Okay. So what is, now I got questions about questions. What is like, okay, you can give like maybe one answer because I know there are multiple, but like one thing that could possibly be like, oh, that's the wrong one.
Holy Ghost.
Whew.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. Run the other way. Picking fruit too early. Too early.
Picking fruit too early. Okay.
You know that fruit that don't be ready hurt your stomach. It don't sit well. Leave the fruit on the tree. Leave it there. Let it mature. Let it get all all this nutrients and you got your ladder. Trying to grab the fruit. Leave the fruit where it's at.
Right. Yeah. My goodness. Don't pick your fruit too early. Okay, so the next one. Would you rather be known for your fashion style or your spiritual lifestyle?
Spiritual lifestyle.
I think that's a given.
Yeah. Because I don't be putting stuff on right anyway. I just be... I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, spiritual.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Spiritual lifestyle.
Because how you look in his eyes? You worried about what you look like in everybody else's eyes, and even your own.
So we're gonna do the last one. This is our last one. Would you rather fast from social media for 30 days or fast from dating apps for 6 months? That's why I said to put on your single hat.
Social media or 30 days
or dating apps
or
for six
dating apps.
months. You're looking like dating app. They ain't had those when I was dating.
Just get rid of the dating apps. I don't care about the dating apps. I'd rather fast the dating apps.
Listen, dating apps are not it these days.
No,
Okay? They are not it. They are a whole bunch of wolves in sheep clothing.
that's why they on the
That's why they on the apps. They can hide behind their phones. They're hiding behind the
mm-hmm.
computer. You know, they are typing in whatever they need to type in. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I would. I would rather fast from social media for 30 days. I've done it before. So that's that's a given. All right. So we have reached the end of our recording today. So do you have any encouragement that you would like to give any of our listeners? Maybe they're new to this, maybe they've been there struggling, whatever it may be, whatever you want to say.
Um, I would like to say that if you are, in fact, a virgin, don't let anyone make you feel bad. Don't let anyone make you feel I don't want you to say strange or odd, because I mean ultimately in this day and age it is odd. It's rare.
Yeah.
But that type of rare is a good thing. And you want to hold on to that so that you can give your husband something that no one else in the entire world is going to be able to say that they've had.
Yeah.
If you are not a virgin, but you are on your way to purity, keep going. Your value has not been lost,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in the stage right now where we're adding to.
Yes. Yes, yes. Well, First Lady, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
everything that you've shared with us today, your wisdom, from all of your years. You're looking like, listen,
Girl,
girl, I'm
not
still
all my
young.
years, Sister
I
Erica.
know you're still young, but at the beginning of the video, you literally said I had 5 kids. So,
I do.
okay, so hold on. You done got married and you have 5 children. And so you done went through some stuff. Okay. So thank you,
Yeah.
because you've been where some of us are and you are where some of us are trying to go. And so,
To God be the glory.
yes, yes. So thank you so much for taking the time out today. Thank you for accepting my invitation. I thought
Thank you for
about you.
inviting me.
I thought about you and I was like, I don't know if she's gonna say yes. I don't know. I'm like, but I'm still gonna ask her anyway. So we'll see. So thank you so much. So I want you to tell everyone about your books and also where they can purchase them.
Yes. So I do have one book that is out, published, and ready for purchase. It is My Sister's Keeper. It is the married woman's edition.
Yes.
It's for married women who are wanting to be married, aspiring to be married. But it really just walks through. It's a lot of personal testimonies of things that I went through in marriage, leading up to marriage and in marriage, and things that I observed and things that, just really I felt would be a help to the women of God
Yes.
in the kingdom. The next book is My Sister's Keeper, the Single Women's Edition, which is still
It's coming. Praise God.
it's
I don't know why I thought it was published because I know you were talking about it.
I was talking about it, and then the Lord just really wouldn't let me release it. Only because I felt like it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. I needed to put some more effort and time and prayer into it, because
Okay.
I never want to just give anything,
Yeah.
right? And so the Lord just wouldn't let me release it. And so now with everything else I have going on, I need to get back to it.
Yeah.
But it's on the way. It's still on the way.
It's still in the works, and we're gonna wait for it. So where can we purchase your book?
Yes, you can actually on Amazon. I believe it's still on Amazon, and I believe it's also on Lulu.com.
Okay.
And it's My Sister's Keeper.
Okay.
married woman's edition.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of the Escom podcast, the single and kingdom minded podcast. Hopefully, you've learned some practical things that you can use in your walk with the Lord in your singleness. Until next time, y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Bye.
Kingdom first.